Good evening, student. So, I hope you had a good day. So, let's start with the topic. So, today's topic is class 12 biology, which is related to the NEET preparation, and this is Nutan Sagar. Okay, now we'll start a very basic question which it is asked in the exams for a 1 mark or a 2 mark. The question is clearly on your screen. It is like, what is an ecosystem? So hope you know the basic things of the ecosystem which you have already studied during the lower classes. So as you are in preparing for the NEET, there is a specific definition for the ecosystem, and the definition is easily seen on your screen. And the definition is, it is nothing but the functional unit of nature. As you know, the functional unit of life is nothing but the cell. So cell is the basic for a growth of an animal or growth of a living being. Similarly, ecosystem is nothing but it is a functional unit of nature, plus it is an interaction between living and non-living component. So you know that we cannot live in isolation. We want certain components which help for the growth and development and to carry out the various activities of our body. So here when we come with respect to the interaction between living and non-living, here the living components are nothing but human being, animals, or for that matter bacteria, viruses, and non-living components are nothing but the physical component of the environment. That might be water, air, soil, minerals, temperature, then rain. So all these physical factors, weather, which is included or which is surrounding our planet, right? So just to get a very simple equation for what is an ecosystem, I can explain the ecosystem is equal to biotic component plus abiotic components and its interaction. So biotic, I said, it is a living component. Abiotic is physical component. Okay, so there are many examples with respect to the ecosystem. I said it is nothing but the interaction between biotic and abiotic. So there are few example listed below. So first example is pond, second example is forest, third example is grassland, and fourth example is desert. So if we see the pond, so pond itself is an ecosystem. So why? Because in the pond, what are the biotic components? The biotic components are nothing but the fishes, a different kind of fishes, big fish, small fishes. Then there are the certain insects. For that matter, there are also reptiles, amphibians like frog. Even for that matter, the plants, the aquatic plants. So whole this makes a biotic component. And in the pond ecosystem, the abiotic component is water itself. Then water contain the oxygen. Then there are certain gases so present in the water. The water itself is a physical component. So fishes swim in the water, they get their nutrition through the water. Then there is an aquatic plants on which they are fed. So here small fishes are eaten by the big fishes. So there is an interaction between physical component and the living component. So that is one of the best example in the pond. Forest ecosystem, there are the forest, there are the animals, plants, then sunlight, because plant prepare their own food with the process of photosynthesis. And you know the photosynthesis is nothing but it is preparation of the plant, what you call, sorry, preparation of the food by the plant by using the sunlight, then minerals, water, and also the presence of the pigment called as a chloroplast, which help to carry out the photosynthesis. So and in turn the animals are herbivorous animals, consume the plant as their food, and plant also get the nutrition from the soil in the form of nutrient and minerals. So in this manner, this is an ecosystem of the pond. For that, grass, in the grass you see the grass is the biotic component. On the grass there are insects, then there are snakes, there are reptiles. Okay, this makes the biotic component. Grassland and grass itself is the biotic component. So here is the biotic component, and abiotic component, again the sunlight, water, temperature, pressure, humidity, and the insects which live on these grasses. So here again there is an interaction between this biotic and abiotic, and so as the desert. Right. Now, with respect to, I said the different types of the ecosystem. So here in the different types of ecosystem, we can broadly classify this ecosystem into the two types. One is the natural ecosystem and the second one is the artificial ecosystem. So in the natural ecosystem is nothing but where the interference of the man is not there. For example, you can see on the screen, first one is the grassland, second one is the forest, and third one is the desert. Okay, so this is the natural ecosystem, but it is terrestrial, so every stuff is present on the surface of the land. And next one is also natural, but it is aquatic. So for example, marine ocean, or the freshwater and the lake. And next, again, broader classification is the artificial or man-made ecosystem. So here you can see the aquarium. Basically aquarium, you keep this aquarium in your home. And next one is the agricultural part or the crop field. So now on the screen you can see the component of ecosystem. So I said these are the main questions they may ask in your NEET exam, giving the different types of options, and they may ask the odd man out, like odd things you should be picked out. So you should know which are the biotic component and which are abiotic component. So I have given few examples on the screen. You can see the first aspect is the abiotic component. So abiotic component, I have said they are the physical aspects of the planet or on the surface of the land, such as light, temperature, water, soil, air, and nutrients. So nutrients, you know, there are number of the minerals which are available in the air, in the water, in the soil. Right, minerals like there are aluminium, and there might be certain minerals available on the inside the soil which is used by the plant. Then biotic component, each and every living aspect on the surface of this planet. So they have broadly classified into three types. One is the producer, second one is consumer, and third one is the decomposers. So producers are nothing but the plant. Why they are called as producers? But because the plant are the autotrophs which manufacture or prepare their own food, whereas on this plant there are the different consumers. Like even in the consumers you will be having the primary consumer, secondary consumer, and the tertiary consumer. So the primary consumers are nothing but who are directly fed on the green plant, such as herbivorous. So there are certain animals which are fed on the herbivorous, so they are what you call secondary consumer. Then tertiary consumer, and these are the different trophic level. And once the animal die or plants die off, they are again decomposed by the decomposers, and decomposers are nothing but certain microorganisms which are present in the soil. Right. So these are the images or pictures related to the components of the ecosystem. So you can see I have showed you the five major abiotic factors such as land, air, soil, sunlight, and the temperature. Whereas in the biotic component there are producers which are nothing but the different types of the plants. In the consumers you have seen each and every animal which is depend upon one source, like first producer, and there are certain other consumer who will be depend upon the primary consumer. Then the secondary consumer depend upon the primary consumer, tertiary consumers depend upon the secondary consumer. So this is the chain. And whereas when these plants and animals die off, they are decomposed by the decomposers. So decomposers are nothing but certain bacteria, microorganism, fungus. Then they decompose the body of dead plant and animals, and in turn they return the nutrition back to the soil.